Good morning, everybody. I was recently having a conversation with a private equity person that I know who asked me some very interesting questions about why a private equity would want to partner with a PEO when looking at their portfolio and to help with their portfolio companies. So I wanted to create this video just to give you a quick answer on why this partnership would be beneficial. The biggest reason is because professional employer organizations have a tremendous impact on risk to execution. They do this by removing a lot of liability from the client. That right there removes risk off of the private equity's plate. PEOs also allow the client to focus on running their business instead of having to do constant analysis about what's going on there and figuring out where the problems are. They also bring an instant infrastructure to the table, more robust benefits at a lower cost, and professionalize HR in a way that keeps everybody out of jail and allows you to become an employer of choice, especially today when a lot of competition is happening for the companies that are out there and for the employees who you ideally would like to work for those companies. It's very important for any company to become an employer of choice, and especially those within the portfolio of a private equity company who is hoping to increase their multiples. The next reason that a private equity would want to partner with a PEO is because of the short LOI time that is out there. Some LOIs are running 25, maybe 30 days, and in that shortened amount of time, you don't necessarily have the space to do all of the due diligence that you might otherwise. So partnering with a PEO will speed up your due diligence for a clear picture of what you are actually buying, because a PEO will look at areas that private equities generally do not. When you have longer LOIs, this might be okay because some of the problems that are out there might flush out during the longer LOI and due diligence times. But today, with these shorter contracts, we don't necessarily have the time to wait for things to flush out. The PEO will also call attention to areas that are not aligned within the company very quickly because of the due diligence that the PEO themselves will do around the HR infrastructure. So anything that isn't aligned, like policies, risks, benefits, anything that again will take away from your multiple return will also come out in a much shorter amount of time and be resolved easily by allowing that PEO to onboard the company as a client. The final reason that a private equity firm would want to consider partnering with PEOs on their deals is because a PEO will allow that private equity company to stand up a company very, very quickly. If there is no infrastructure in place, one is implemented, and in general, it will be a Fortune 100 type infrastructure rather than one person sitting at a desk hoping that they do the job well and understanding all of the risks and impact that are going to happen. If there is an infrastructure in place, the onboarding process with a PEO will allow the proper setup. So again, they ensure that everything is in place, everything is compliant, they impact and minimize risk in a great way. This is why private equity firms would want to partner and should heavily consider partnering with a PEO. It's all about minimizing your risks and increasing your multiples, and the type of partnership that a PEO can bring into place heavily impacts that. I hope you have an amazing day.